to another fantastic episode of Rounds at the Knight's Table. I'm Jim.
I'm Eric.
Today we're going to talk about Glass. This film is directed by M. Night Shyamalan, stars Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, James McAvoy, Anya Taylor-Joy. This movie is a follow-up to Unbreakable and Split. Let's talk about the good. Shyamalan, who I think is he's a creature of habit, and that's probably going to fall under the bad. Sometimes he just has that eye to hold a shot for a lot longer than you would normally see a shot held for.
McAvoy was really good in this. From Patricia to Danny to Kevin, all the way to the Beast.
Stay away from the West Wing. It's forbidden. I thought that this movie had a lot of build-up. There was excitement when Willis finds the girls chained up in the warehouse when he first bumps into McAvoy.
Yeah, because apparently he's been going on, walks.
His weakness is water, and they live in Philadelphia. I thought it's always sunny there, though.
And he's taking these walks on rainy days.
He should move to California where it never rains.
Come to California.
There's always room. The colors in this movie were really great. Even at the end, the mom had on purple.
Yeah.
The son had on the green. She had on, his colors. A lot of people complained about the twist that the end of the movie was the worst part of the movie, and I disagree. I thought it was the best part of the movie, the twist of Mr. Glass, that he had killed James McAvoy's father in the train crash that Bruce Willis survived on. That was pretty good.
Really kind of ties all three of the movies together.
Yes, it does.
I kind of like what they're building up to, possibly. I can see that there's something more to come.
No, I think that's it. It's the trilogy. Let's talk about the bad. It started off pretty strong. For the next hour and 40 minutes, it was just them in the psych ward. It was so dull. I mean, I understand it. It was a smaller budget, so they had to, kind of keep it close-knit. And I don't mind a close-knit story. And he did that in Signs. They just stayed on that farm, essentially. Yeah. I mean, they went to town once, and he went to M. Night Shyamalan's house. Ray Reddy's house. Oh, man, it did not work in this movie. And Sarah Paulson, who is actually an agent, whatever you want to call her, from some organization.
Black Clover. They don't even say the name of this organization.
That's
one of my bad things. How are you going to sit there and show so much of this organization with these top secret meetings? Okay, we're the only ones now.
How do you know? What if the busboy just lingered about? I wasn't expecting explosions, big action stuff, because A, Bruce Willis is older. B, that's not what Split was. That's not what Unbreakable was. So I didn't expect that out of this. Never got off the ground. I felt like Shyamalan knew what the twist was and just didn't take the time to develop this story enough.
Right.
And I feel that's
didn't flesh it out.
That's the case with most of his stories. Nobody was as big of an M. Night Shyamalan fan as I was. I gave him The Village. I gave him Lady in the Water. I couldn't give him The Last Airbender.
We don't talk about that.
And then The Happening. So at this point, he did The Visit, and he did Split, and so he was starting to come back. Willis, to me, they didn't give him... It's his story. I know it's called Glass, but even hell, he's not in it that much either.
Right. He's catatonic half the movie. 3/4 of the... I don't think they let Bruce Willis do enough. When he was kind of out on his walk right before he bumps into McAvoy, probably when he was doing his best little bit.
Well, that's what they didn't build that up enough.
It happened too soon.
And then I felt like they got brought into the ward too fast. There was not enough mystery element to it.
They just let it all happen too easy and soon.
When they all finally get out, Samuel L. Jackson has concocted this scheme. He said he's going to blow up some chemical place in this tower that they just built in Philadelphia. That's a Japanese building.
And it's opening that day.
How many times is Bruce Willis going to have to go into these Japanese towers to go fight a bad guy?
He sent the video out to the son, the girl, and the mother. And then they posted it online, revealing to the world, hey, we have super people. And this organization that Sarah Paulson's a part of has been killing these people off.
Yeah.
Or convincing them to change their ways and not be super.
Which was just so dumb. And I love Sarah Paulson. I need her in something else. There was a few I rolled my eyes so hard. Shyamalan, he's going to have his fucking cameo in there. I wanted it to be better. Even Anya Taylor-Joy. She was good in The Village.
I just think she was a little flat. She was missing something here.
Well, I felt like this whole story was missing something. And it was probably a good storyteller.
They all died. I really didn't like that.
The way they died. Like, if Bruce Willis didn't get a hero's death, the Black Clove drowned him. Like, one of those agents drowned him in a puddle of water. And the Beast killed killed Samuel Jackson.
Crushed his chest when he pushed him away.
The fucking the climax, the fight between Bruce Willis and James McAvoy is a fucking pushing match.
Right. There's no fist getting thrown.
There's no fisticuffs. It was just, swing first. If this was high school, neither one of them would have gotten suspended. They would have just gotten a talking to.
You know, I still just don't think that they did enough with Bruce Willis walking around.
That could have been the whole story, is him tracking down the beast. This movie should have been about the chase. And it just wasn't. They just crowded them all into a room together.
And those 3 days in that psych ward seemed to have gone pretty quick. She disillusioned them too soon.
Maybe she made them see the creature from Bird Box.
Is this what she saw? She saw herself in this movie?
My final thought. I had high hopes. I had hopes for it, right? I didn't like the trailer. The glass is half empty on M. Night Shyamalan because he has, at this point for me, made more bad movies than he has good.
I did actually enjoy it. I came out of there thinking, that was pretty good. Given all the stuff that is wrong with it, I'd probably score it around a 7.5.
For this once visionary director that they crowned the next Steven Spielberg, which, I mean, you can never live up to that anyway. But he certainly hasn't, and he hasn't come close. I probably had a worse time in this than I did The Happening. And for that, I have to score this movie at a 3.5. 3.5 out of 10. It has been a treat. It has been a pleasure to keep you company when it was cold.
And you had nothing else to watch.
If you like this video, hit those likes, hit those subscribes, and we will check you out next time, only on Rounds of the Knight's Table. What happened?
Oh God, what'd you do?
It's all gone.
What?
Dude. It's all gone. I just hit pause. Today we're going to talk about... Ding!